Boiled corn can turn out soft or hard depending on how you boil it. How many times have you spent a long time cooking a pot of corn, only to find the kernels tough, bland, and not chewy and sweet like the ones sold outside? The truth is, the way you boil corn decides up to 90% of the flavor, and today Tracy will show the secret that corn sellers always keep hidden. Just by changing a few small details, you can have a pot of corn that is soft, tender, and sweet, so tasty that after one ear you will want a second. Watch until the end so you don't miss this secret. When it comes to boiling corn, many people often have the habit of peeling off all the husks and throwing away the silk to make it neat. But in fact, this is a mistake that causes the corn to lose its natural flavor. To make the corn softer, more tender, and sweeter, you should keep at least 2 layers of fresh green husks, using them to line and cover the corn while boiling. These husks help hold in the steam and let the kernels absorb a gentle aroma, making the corn taste much softer and sweeter compared to corn that has been completely peeled. However, don't throw away the outer husks too quickly. This is exactly the magic secret that sellers keep hidden. Also, before putting the corn in the pot, you should trim the top and bottom so the ears fit better and cook more evenly. And especially the silk should not be completely discarded. Just trim off the tips and remove any parts that are crushed or darkened. Corn silk is high in nutrients and medicinal value in traditional medicine. It is even called dragon whiskers. When boiled together, the silk not only retains its nutrients, but also makes the boiling water more beneficial, cooling the body, acting as a natural diuretic and helping reduce mild swelling. So don't be quick to throw it all away. Make use of both husks and silk when boiling corn. It's not only good for your health, but also makes the corn taste much sweeter and more fragrant. At this point, don't rush to boil the corn just yet, because there is one very important step washing the corn. First, prepare 2 basins of clean water and add about 1 to 2 teaspoons of salt into each, stirring until completely dissolved. Then place the ears of corn into one basin and the corn husks into the other, soaking them for 10 minutes. The mild salt water helps clean off any remaining dust, while also getting rid of tiny insects that often hide in the husks or silk. Soaking in salt water also helps remove the slightly raw smell, so when the corn is boiled, the flavor becomes lighter, sweeter, and more pleasant. After soaking, rinse the corn thoroughly under running water to wash away excess salt and impurities, then let it drain before putting it into the pot. Do the same with the husks. Thanks to this preparation step, the corn and husks are not only clean and safe, but when boiled, they keep their golden color, the kernels turn soft and tender, and the flavor becomes richer and more delicious. When boiling corn, instead of dropping the ears directly into the pot, make use of the husks you peeled earlier to create a natural cushion. First, take a pot wide enough and spread a layer of husks across the bottom. This layer keeps the corn from touching the hot metal, directly allowing the heat to spread more evenly and helping the kernels stay moist without drying out too quickly. Next, arrange the cleaned ears of corn on top of the layer of husks. Thanks to this lining, the corn keeps its bright golden color and its natural chewy sweetness after boiling. Finally, don't forget to cover the top with another layer of husks. This covering works like a steam blanket, locking in the fragrance and the characteristic sweetness of the corn, while also helping each ear cook evenly from the inside out. This husk-lined method of boiling corn is actually very common in the United States, often used at backyard barbecues or outdoor picnics, because it keeps the corn hot for longer with a much richer aroma and flavor compared to regular boiling. Next, add about 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of sugar to the pot. This is the secret that makes the corn taste naturally flavorful while keeping the kernels tender and sweet. The salt balances the flavor and helps retain moisture in the corn, while the sugar enhances its natural sweetness, making each kernel smooth, soft, and more delicious. After that, pour in just enough water to cover the corn. Don't add too much, or it will dilute the flavor. As it boils, the water seeps into the kernels, carrying the salt and sugar along, allowing the corn to cook evenly and taste sweet all the way through. After adding the water, salt, and sugar into the pot, cover it tightly with a lid and bring it to a boil. Once the water starts boiling, lower the heat to medium, so the corn cooks slowly, keeping it tender without turning tough. If the heat is too high, the kernels can crack and dry out, and if it's too low, it takes too long and the corn won't cook evenly. The ideal boiling time is about 12 to 15 minutes from the moment the water begins to boil. With this method, the kernels turn perfectly tender, still slightly crisp and chewy, while keeping their natural sweetness. Be careful not to boil the corn for too long, because prolonged high heat will cause a loss of vitamins and make the kernels mushy and less tasty. When the time is right, simply remove the corn immediately, let it drain, and enjoy it while still warm. Each golden ear will taste tender, sweet, and fragrant, just like the flavor you'd expect from the corn sold at your favorite stands. But there's also a way to take it to the next level with a richer, more flavorful recipe, and here's how. While the corn is still warm, peel back the husks. Then get a little butter, either softened at room temperature or melted, and brush it generously over the entire ear from top to bottom. The melted butter seeps into every row of kernels, making the corn glossy, buttery, and wonderfully fragrant, absolutely irresistible to eat. After that, a little salt and ground pepper can be sprinkled to balance the buttery flavor. Eating this way makes the usual boiled corn suddenly turn into a snack or side dish at gatherings, both tasty and attractive, making anyone want to try it right away. So with only a few simple steps, there are bright golden ears of corn, fragrant, sweet, and soft, just as good as those sold outside. Eating immediately while still hot tastes best, but if cooking many and not finishing them, there is no need to worry. Right after this, I will share ways to store boiled corn that are very convenient, helping preserve the fresh flavor until the next time. One method to store boiled corn effectively and commonly used is to keep the corn cob together with its outer husk. After boiling, let the corn cool completely at room temperature. Waiting until it cools fully is very important because if there is still warmth, wrapping tightly will easily create moisture inside, causing the corn to become sour and spoil quickly. When the corn has cooled, keep the husks on, then use plastic wrap to wrap each ear tightly. This way helps minimize loss of water, while the husks serve as a natural shield, protecting the corn from bacteria and direct cold in the freezer. After that, put the wrapped corn into the freezer, where it can be stored for several weeks or even up to a month without losing flavor. When ready to eat, simply thaw and steam again, and the corn will still be tender, sweet, and delicious. In addition, if the plan is only to eat within a few days, there's a simpler way. Remove the husk, then wrap each ear tightly with plastic wrap and store it in the refrigerator. With this method, corn can stay fresh for 3 to 5 days. A little tip to make the corn richer and more appealing after storage is to soak the ears in fresh milk for about 10 minutes before reheating. Then steam them again in a steamer or pot for about 5 minutes, and the kernels will turn out both sweet and creamy, sometimes even more delicious than when first boiled. So whether storing corn in the freezer or the refrigerator, as long as it's done correctly, it's possible to enjoy soft, golden sweet corn anytime. This is a small but very useful secret to always have a tasty and nutritious snack ready for the whole family. Now the complete set of secrets is in hand for corn that's chewy, sweet, and flavorful, just like the kind sold outside. The secret lies in lining the pot with corn husks, which helps the ears keep their full flavor, cook evenly, and stay tender. Not only that, but corn can also be enjoyed more conveniently and deliciously than ever thanks to the method of keeping the husks on for storage and soaking in milk before steaming. These methods can easily be applied and even shared with loved ones to save time while still bringing the family a nutritious and convenient snack. Did you enjoy today's way of boiling and storing corn? Leave a comment and let Tracy know. And if these tips feel helpful, please click like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss many other interesting little tricks. See you again in the next video.